Hello and welcome back to the Zul'jin Distillery Invitational League. I am the Crushinator and I will be your host for tonight's matchup between I Must Feed and ProBUs. We are waiting on one more player. It's either going to be the normal player or a sub for I Must Feed. So we're going to be waiting on that for just a little bit longer here, but thought I'd boot up the stream and just say hi to you folks. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good week. Hope you're catching some of the NGS Grand Finals that are going on this week. Got some big ones. We had the Div C yesterday. Division A is tomorrow. D and B are on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be, it's going to be awesome. Go check it out. In terms of other big events, the GGS Toys for Tots charity event happening this Saturday starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. There's going to be some side streams. There's going to be the main stream. Jazzaline always puts on fantastic events for GGS, so make sure you go on out and support that as well. Lots of, we're in a little bit of a downtime between NGS seasons, but we're not quite there yet. We've got plenty of stuff to do, plenty of stuff to see, plenty of people to support. Alrighty. Just waiting on our 10th player, see whoever it happens to be. Gentleman Ban Hogger. Blasphemous. Trying to shadow ban Hogger in this lobby? Ridiculous. Ooh, we have a 10th player. Yes, and it's the player that belongs to the team. No sub needed today. Fantastic. Alright, we'll make sure they're settled, make sure everyone's in comms and that they're ready to go here. Our map number 1. Bring it over to the map screen. Remind you folks, or tell you folks about the state of this series as we start things up. ProBUs did win the coin flip and opted for first pick. I Must Feed banning away Warhead Junction and Sky Temple. ProBUs banning away Garden of Terror and Alterac Pass. These teams wanting to play as straight up as a match as possible, and we are going to be on Battlefield of Eternity as chosen by I Must Feed for game number 1. Time zones have been blamed as our players are getting ready. Time zones are always a weird thing here in XGDI. Like, everyone's, used to playing NGS. You're locked into Pacific, you're locked into Eastern, you're always playing pretty much the same time. But then everyone gets smashed together in XGDI, and no one knows the time zone that they're playing. Alright. One team has said ready, the other team has said ready, and as have I. Let's get ready to jump into our first draft of the day here on Battlefield of Eternity. Hit that button! Do it! Battlefield of Eternity has been called. We've got our first draft of the day. Interested to see how it'll play out. Who's going to get that Hogger pick? We need Hogger. We need Hogger wins. I told them they have to let Hogger win. That's the rules today. ProBUs first pick, that means that they're going to win a 2-1 series. Because obviously you'd first pick Hogger, why wouldn't you? Right? Pick Hogger. Pick Hogger, please. I really want to see more Hogger. Alright, ProBUs first act here. We'll see what their ban strategy is. Battlefield of Eternity, there's a couple of key players, there's a couple of key strategies that may come out. Banning away the Malthiel to start off with. Solid ban, solid offlaner for sure. Malthiel can clear the lanes pretty quickly. Can also take camp solo and can throw that Reaper's Mark onto the Immortals from quite a distance, especially safely if you go with throwing shade. And it's going to be a counter solo laner ban. Gazlo taken out here by I Must Feed. Gazlo did receive a nerf, has received sort of a lowering in priority. But in from what I've seen in competitive and in Storm League, people still think he's strong. Either people still think he's strong, or we just sort of haven't caught up to the new patch meta yet. Because our bans really haven't changed. Like, we saw the Diva nerfs, we saw the Gazlo nerfs. We saw the Brightwing nerfs, and they're all pretty much still as pickable, or as picked, I should say, as ever. ProBUs banning away Zeratul, so that's got to be a target over onto the side of I Must Feed. I mean, Zeratul can definitely do some good rotational work here on Battlefield of Eternity, but that's about it. Like, some good gank pressure and requires a practiced user. They must have some knowledge there. As we see Deckard Cain actually banned out by I Must Feed. Generally not very fought over as a healer right now. But with Battlefield of Eternity, there's so much terrain, so many choke points. Deckard can definitely get some value there. ProBUs is first to act here. We'll see what they want to favor in our first pick position. It's going to be D.Va, picked up by 8-Bit. And a quick pickup of Diablo Tychus coming in from Kingle and North Terror 9. Now, there isn't... I wouldn't say there's a particular synergy between Diablo and Tychus, but there is some definite... there's a definite tilt in the matchup of Diablo versus Tychus. So I expect that Tychus came on through, mainly so that ProBUs didn't get it themselves. It's going to be Rhaegar coming out here for Lulu, and Ektar will be playing the Lunara. My thinking is in the match and isn't. There we go. Ektar is playing Lunara. Both decent race heroes. Lunara does do some decent immortal damage. Rhaegar, one of the highest damage outputs for single target siege. So definitely going to be helping out there as we see a Cho ban from I Must Feed. Makes me wonder what the last two picks are going to be here for ProBUs, whether they're going to go full Bloodlust or if they're just picking up race and they're going to flex into more of a protective tank like a Johanna here. Though Johanna does work in a Bloodlust comp, just being a super fast Johanna is pretty nice. Tassadar banned away by ProBUs. Tassadar. So Tassadar is good at creating terrain, at creating zones where you don't want to be, or cutting off retreats. That would imply, to me, that ProBUs wants to go in hard here. So nice pickup with the Whitemane and the Kael'thas, two very defensive backliners. If you dive into them, you got to kill them fast, or else they're going to turn that fight on you very, very quickly. So I like that response coming out from I Must Feed. Kael'thas. All right. Final two picks here coming in for ProBUs. Are we going to see that aggressive Bloodlust, or are they going to rotate into something else here? Looks like a little bit of both. It's going to be Johanna, that stalwart frontline, played by Ace, and a Hirobi is going to be playing a Kel'Thuzad. Taking a look over at the side of I Must Feed here, they don't really... I mean, Diablo can get on top of Kel'Thuzad, but that leaves the backline sort of unprotected, but Yrel can absolutely jump on top of a KTZ and try to ruin their day. So it's going to be a lot riding on sudden bears here to get on back there and disrupt the Kel'Thuzad before those combos can come out. It's going to be very, very important for I Must Feed here. Alrighty, game one is set. I Must Feed versus ProBUs. Game number one on Battlefield of Eternity. Here we go. Alrighty. Still haven't made that transition bumper I was talking about. That'll be kind of a project for the next little while here. Looks like the teams are loading in fairly fast. Better hover this button. Battlefield of Eternity. Yeah, decent race. It's kind of a hybrid squad coming out from ProBUs here. I'm interested to see how it'll do. Alrighty. Here we go. On the left in the blue, Sudden Bears is on Yrel. Listerfiend playing Kael'thas. Begully on Whitemane. Kingle is playing the Diablo. And North Terror 9 is on the Tychus. It is I Must Feed. On the right in the red, we have Ektar on Lunara. Lulu playing Rhaegar. 8-Bit on the D.Va. Ace is playing Johanna. And Hirobi is on the Kel'Thuzad. It is ProBUs. Game number one is underway here as I develop a tickle in my ear that I must scratch. I think we're right at the beginning. Taking a look at the level 1s, Kael'thas, of course, going for that Mana Addict, going to be stacking up the globes on level 1. And Master of the Cold Dark baseline quest for Kel'Thuzad. Hirobi going to be wanting to reach that 30 stack mark as quickly as possible here. Taking a look at the wave clear, it looks like a little bit safer wave clear on the side of I Must Feed. Johanna has to sort of step up into it. Ektar has to get sort of uncomfortably close to really work that wave clear, as does Lulu. So I'm interested to see what Kingle is going to do to try to bully that space here, or if Ace on the Johanna is going to be sort of controlling the rotations and stepping up to allow the members of ProBUs to clear that wave. Kingle trying to find Ektar against the wall there, slips right on by. I have to take a moment to get healed back up by Bagully. Not a lot of action off the start here as Hirobi just working on those stacks. That's the first two coming on out. Checking in on our top laners. Sudden Bears and 8-Bit just chill hanging. Just rocking out to the max. Kind of hitting waves. Mostly not. Good work, team. Not too much happening down here either. Johanna just using that Unstoppable to move in and grab those XP orbs. Kingle dodging the chains of Kel'Thuzad. So nothing too crazy here. I mean, I'd say there's a little bit more kill pressure on the side of I Must Feed at this point with that Tychus Kael'thas. But if ProBUs never actually gets in a position to get caught here, right now Ektar, Hirobi, and Lulu aren't really putting themselves in a position to get caught by this Diablo. So Kingle would have to go really, really out of the way here in order to create an angle. And so far, Kingle's just sort of maintaining that front line, allowing Tychus and Kael'thas to sort of step up and continue this wave clear. Listerfiend just sort of continually checking that bottom camp. Checking in on our progress. 4 stacks for Kel'Thuzad, 4 orbs for Kael'thas. So we're really having a little bit of a tough time here with the stacks. Picks up, no, didn't get the root, so still at 4. So this is a pretty good job by I Must Feed in denying that early scaling that Kel'Thuzad really, really needs in order to get going. 8-Bit and Sudden Bears, have they actually dealt damage at all? Kinda, sorta. Yrel just passed 1,000 siege, going right up over 2,000. D.Va has, yeah, pretty similar. They're basically not damaging each other at all. The race commences. ProBUs actually on the defense here. Ektar may be caught out. Kingle looking for a flip over. Ektar gonna be okay. Now Ace is set up, looking to go on the attack. North Terror scouting out that bush with that quarterback grenade. Now we're gonna see I Must Feed move across the top of the map, wanting to find Hirobi. Kingle actually moving across the lane into 8-Bit. I don't think they saw Hirobi there. North Terror is on the chase. There's the bump. Oh, you just need to get a little closer. The chase is on. Can Hirobi escape? Yes, Ace coming on down for the peels. So the team's just sort of playing very, very passively here. We're finally going to see some race commence as North Terror gets peeled for by Kingle. Tychus now able to get out of there. As Kel'Thuzad had to back and get that health fully taken care of. Firing up the race here is ProBUs. Kingle getting the stun onto 8-Bit. D.Va falling a little bit short with those boosters. Trying to get away there in pilot form, but Kingle is out of cooldowns. Can't get the flip onto D.Va Mech, or onto D.Va Pilot, I should say. And the halftime show has been triggered. Sudden Bears up here for the defense. North Terror is going to start wailing away here. Oh, nice catch there by Kingle, getting the flip with the overpower, and that's going to be it for 8-Bit. Paying the price, though, is Listerfiend on the Kael'thas. It's a 1-for-1 for now. Sudden Bears just living in that backline, getting the quick stun onto Lulu. Couple extra stacks here for Kel'Thuzad now, almost halfway through that quest with all this extended fighting. 14 out of 30. Ektar could be in trouble here. Sudden Bears, oh, can't get the swipe through. Now North Terror is relying on Bagully, trying to keep up this defense, but right now no damage on the left side Immortal. So any poke damage coming through from ProBUs will be very, very important. As we now see North Terror started to move back, but Kael'thas Tychus not exactly known for their fast Immortal Burn. We're going to see Ace move on up. Ektar is now locked in, and that is going to be the first objective going over to ProBUs. Sudden Bears could be in trouble here. Has to use the Avenging Wrath to try to jump over, but the slows from Lunara just a little too much to handle. And ProBUs pick up about a half shield Immortal here. Be heading down to the bottom lane. Checking in on Yrel here for a moment. It was Hand of Freedom. But it only, it only removes the slows and roots once. Oh, nice flip over. Going to put Johanna behind the wall for a moment. North Terror's on the chase. Minus 20 armor is pretty significant, but Lulu comes around and picks up the healing save. Immortal now pressuring this fort. Has lost its shielding. Ace having to get healed up just a little bit here. As Listerfiend trying to throw out that damage onto the back line, putting Ace to very, very low health. North Terror getting the grenade in, but not quite getting this kill onto Johanna. That's going to be a pretty early fort falling. Nice pickup there by ProBUs. Solo laners did return to the top lane here. Diablo finding Hirobi. North Terror moving on up. The body blocks are good, but Kel'Thuzad manages to slip on by. Look at that. Great bump from North Terror 9 allows Kingle to get the pin, and that is going to be it for Kel'Thuzad. 8-Bit pops those boosters and gets away from Sudden Bears. Sudden Bears coming on up. They want to find Lulu. Gets the knock, but the top corridor is open. Uh-oh. Kingle looking for an overpower. Lulu with that movement speed on the wolf form manages to get away. Now we've got Tychus clearing up that bottom lane. Trying to find level 10. If we check in on the experience tab, we see the minion experience heavily favoring ProBUs here. Even on the mercenaries, pretty even on the hero kills, but that soak coming on through from D.Va during that first Immortal phase, really, really important here. Level 10s have arrived for ProBUs. We're going to see 8-Bit in lane here. I don't know if 8-Bit knows members are here. Well, they certainly know now. Checking in on the heroics, it is going to be a Bloodlust from Rhaegar. We're looking at the Leaping Strike, Micro Missiles. That is Shadow Fissure, and Johanna still thinking about heroic choice. As we see ProBUs, after the bottom camp was taken, commit to this top fort, and that's going to be a 2-structure advantage going over to ProBUs. Johanna still thinking about that ult choice. We have been seeing a lot more Falling Sword in the meta since the medallion went away. I mean, Falling Sword is one of those abilities. It kind of takes the tank off the map, which can be bad in some situations. But being such a long-distance engage is really powerful. However, during the medallion meta, you knew exactly when it was going to come down. And it was very easy to just time out medallion and deny the value of that engage. So it made Blessed Shield even more the right choice. However, it is going to be Blessed Shield coming on out for Johanna, taking the more standard ult there. I Must Feed, thinking about an engage. Sudden Bears moving on up. Just checking, just checking. Taking a little bit of damage here as Ace gets the condemn. But set up for the race here is ProBUs. Nice Apocalypse combo, but the Iron Skin is going to allow Johanna to get away. Bloodlust is popped. Ektar could be in some trouble here, though. 8-Bit with a nice defense matrix, allowing Lunara to sneak away. Looking over at the heroics of I Must Feed, we're looking at the Ardent Defender, Draken Laser Drill, Pyroblast, Divine Reckoning, and Apocalypse. See, once again, it's going to be Tychus working on the burn. Shadow Fissure combo is not going to land. A Sudden Bears popped that Ardent Defender. Ektar still trying to poke in here as the Avenging Wrath might be a little bit too late from Sudden Bears. Being healed up by Whitemane, but is it going to be enough? 8-Bit is on the chase. Micro Missiles are not going to catch Yrel. Sudden Bears looks like they're going to get away. Ace is still looking. But Gully very, very low, has to get on out of there. Kingle and North Terror may be caught by all these slows. No deaths coming on out. Oh, may have spoken too soon. Listerfiend taken down here. Uh-oh, but Gully, North Terror may be caught. There's the Condemn landing onto Tychus. Kingle going to get caught as well. Diablo going down, but Gully has no mana left. Ektar is on the chase. Hippity hopping. There's a Leaping Strike. And what's looking like a no-kill situation turns into a quad kill for specifically Lunara. Ektar getting those poison last hits and now almost falling to this keep. ProBUs working on a double keep play here as the objective is pushing down the bottom lane. Top keep is going to fall as Whitemane's still trying to get back onto the battlefield. Looks like the Immortal working on this gate will be mostly taken down by the structures. But ProBUs starting to come on through. They're going to start threatening this keep and forcing an 11-13 defense here for I Must Feed. Sudden Bears gets the big knockback, trying to allow time to burn down this Immortal. There's, oh, the combo coming out from Kingle, not going to land. But the stun, is that going to be enough? Look at the Divine Reckoning from Whitemane, saving Kingle for the meantime. Nice reposition, but it's going to be too late for Tychus and Yrel, both going down here to ProBUs. And will they continue this push? It looks like Lunara is still dishing out the pain, clearing this lane. Bloodlust is going to be popped. Lulu wants them to take this keep. Kingle could be in trouble here. Ektar throwing the poison onto Bagully. Kingle trying to get away. The Leaping Strike, that's going to be it for Diablo, and that's going to be a full death with those souls reset on the last one. Oh, I think Ace interrupted the Pyroblast cast of Listerfiend. Going to be back in just 3 seconds here. So the double keep play is good. Oh, Hirobi almost getting the combo onto Whitemane, but getting caught on just a tiny little piece of terrain there. ProBUs just cruising here. All structures have been taken out here as they are about to be up 3 levels, just peeling back and picking up these camps. I Must Feed is a little bit trapped in their base right now, having to move up, deal with these catapults. They're going to have to move back down to the bottom lane and deal with that camp. Kingle trying to move across is spotted by the Wisp. I Must Feed, they want to make something happen right here. They've got even Talontiers. Kingle's moving across, but will be spotted by the Wisp. Ace thinking about coming around the outside. There's the Draken Laser Drill. Nice job cutting off an entrance there by Tychus. Sudden Bears is pulled back. There's the Ardent Defender putting Yrel right back to full health. I Must Feed is going to pick this up. Oh, North Terror 9. Tychus taken out by that Diva Bomb. Sudden Bears is in trouble as well. Yrel is down. So another 2 kills here for ProBUs as the Immortals are spawning. Bottom lane. We've got 2 catapults and a Khazar camp pushing in. 2 catapults in the top lane being dealt with by Bagully and Listerfiend. But ProBUs, once again, dominant in these team fights, are going to take themselves another Immortal phase here. Bottom lane is going to be cleaned up by I Must Feed. Immortals going to north-south positions. Kingle is starting to move in, but where's the rest of the team? Kingle could be in some trouble, trying to make plays happen. Lulu gets hit by the Apocalypse combo. There's Ektar flipping right over the top with that Leaping Strike. Look at the combo. Hirobi catching 2. That's Kael'thas and Diablo going down here. Ektar uses the Leaping Strike to reposition over that Immortal. Bagully gets caught. There's the Shadow Fissure. That's going to be it for Whitemane. North Terror taken out as well. It's an extended quad kill. Sudden Bears trying to get away with the Wrath. Could it be a double body block coming out? There's some nice prediction. Hirobi gets the final hit onto Yrel. Ektar is going to finish up this Immortal, and I think that is going to be it. GG has been called in the chat. Still pretty low timers here, but with top pushed in, bottom pushed in, this looks like almost certainly going to be a lethal push here as Kingle repositions Diva, but at a 3-level deficit. This could be too much. Ace is picked up by Kingle. There's the Condemn onto 3, actually. As Hirobi moving on up, trying to get the double pin. Nice unstoppable onto North Terror. Tychus will get away here. Listerfiend trying to get away from 8-Bit. Divine Reckoning is actually pushing back the members of ProBUs. Kingle doesn't quite find the stun onto 8-Bit, but it's a full shield Immortal barreling down this core. It's already at half health. A valiant defense coming on out here for I Must Feed, but ultimately not going to be enough. Lunara is going to go down. It's going to be a bloodbath to finish this game. ProBUs picks up the first map in this series. GG. Quick look at the stat screen there. 17 kills to 4. ProBUs just able to turn around those fights every time. The slows coming on out from Lunara were very, very oppressive that game, and the slows from Kel'Thuzad. Just Yrel and Diablo not able to move anywhere in that front line. The back line had a difficult time escaping as well. Great job by ProBUs. Ektar on the Lunara, coming away with 52,000 hero damage. It was North Terror 9 on the Tychus, leading the way there for I Must Feed at 39k. Take a quick look at the talent screen, in case such things interest you. And we'll go ahead and get set up for game number 2. Alrighty. Oh, I didn't bring back the music. Bring back the music. Alright, ab twists have been called in the chat. Papa Patience spending 1,000 bananas. Let's get to twisting. Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 10 ab twists. Got a message. Looks like I Must Feed is going to be taking us to Skya Foundry next. Alright. Get that lobby up and running in just a moment. So a pretty quick game number 1 there. ProBUs looking very strong. I Must Feed did come out swinging. Kingle playing very aggressively on that Diablo. Just unfortunately going in a little bit too early sometimes. Couldn't quite get the follow-up for those big APOC combo engages. ProBUs did a great job of punishing that positioning with all those crazy, crazy slows. Coming on out from Kel'Thuzad and Lunara. Great work. Alright, we've got ourselves a lobby. Into the lobby. Jump on over to the map screen, in case you're just joining us. I Must Feed banned away Warhead Junction and Sky Temple. ProBUs banning away Garden of Terror and Alterac Pass. ProBUs came out victorious there on Battlefield of Eternity, and now it will be I Must Feed choosing to take us to Volskaya Foundry for game number 2. One thing I do have to say, Hogger was not picked, so neither team got a free win. Maybe I Must Feed should pick up Hogger so they can get themselves a free win. Wouldn't that be great? I think that would be pretty dope. In terms of Hogger maps, if I had to think of one, Volskaya Foundry, I'd have to play it. I don't think I've really played it. It seems like the walls on Volskaya Foundry, especially on point A, are too far away, and Hogger wouldn't be able to get a lot of bounce value. However, control points B and C have some closer terrain, so maybe Hogger can do some business in there. We will have to see as we jump into our second draft of the day. Once again, it will be ProBUs first to act here. We saw some fairly targeted bans coming out from them last time in the Malthael Zeratul. See whether those bans stick here or if they've got other map picks in mind to ban away. Still sticking with that Malthael ban. I'd say Malthael gets a little bit less value on Volskaya Foundry just as a character compared to the value you can get on Battlefield of Eternity. But being able to double soak ain't too bad. Gonna be a Brightwing ban coming out here from I Must Feed. Right wing strong in general. Pretty good at allowing for a long siege, as is often the case here on Volskaya Foundry. Sticking with that Zeratul ban is ProBUs, not wanting to get caught out by some flexible comfort picks coming out from I Must Feed. Looking in at our fourth ban here. Coming in from I Must Feed. Majesty says you can infinite bounce point A. Can you? So, like, around either one side or the other side, if you catch the angle right, does it have the little corners on it that you can go around? Or is it just between 2 points? Hopefully one of these teams puts on the exhibition. I Must Feed gonna ban away Diva. Not wanting to see that come through from 8-bit. Does leave Gazlo open. See if that's a problem here as ProBUs prepares their first pick. Going to be Sylvanas coming on through for Hirobi. Sylvanas very much able to empower the Protector pushes, able to step on up alongside the Protector rather than sort of hanging out nearby. Strong pick in general. I Must Feed with their double pick option. We saw the Diablo come through early last time. We'll see if that's the focus again. Going to be Tassadar and Zool, so Tassadar was denied last time. Blister Fiend going to snap that up early this time. Sudden Bears, if we're talking double soaking and Malthael's not available, Zool is a definite strong pick. Zool, I would say, doesn't have the same kill pressure as a Malthael. I mean, Malthael can just sort of show up out of nowhere, hit the last rites, and leave. Zool shows up a little bit earlier, drops that Poison Nova, and hopefully people are close enough to be able to get hit by it. Spicy Kerrigan pick coming on out from Ace, and 8-bit is going to be playing Blaze this time. 8-bit was the Diva last time, so I'm expecting this to be a Blaze off lane, which would imply that there is yet another tank coming through to add to the melee madness. Stukov going to be banned away by I Must Feed. Can be a strong addition to the stuns coming on out from Blaze and Kerrigan. If you throw that silence right underneath, then the victim definitely cannot get anything done. And ProBUs going to ban away Ana. Can definitely help shut down these charging engages that will be coming through from Blaze and Kerrigan. Next two picks here for I Must Feed. They've got some good wave clear in Tassadar and Zool. They need that front line. They need those heals. But Gully going to pick up the Uther here. And Kingle going to be on the Mal'Ganis. I like that combination. So, Mal'Ganis is a very strange tank in that he wants to kind of go past the enemy tank and start messing with the backline, which is generally what you want out of your bruiser. Mal'Ganis can do it in a tank role because he lives for just so dang long and has such a consistent escape with that Night Rush. But if you've got an Uther on your side who can stay back and protect your Tassadar, that can definitely be a combo that does some work, as Uther is sort of a tank in his own right. Ektar going to be playing the ETC this time, and Lulu going to be on the Anduin. Interesting pickups there. Anduin to hopefully try to save someone caught by the Bone Prison, caught by the many stuns and sleeps from Uther Mal'Ganis. North Terror actually going to lock in an Alarak here. So some definite high power picks coming on out from our two squads. We've got the Alarak on one side, we've got the Kerrigan on the other. We've got the sort of double front line of Blaze, or the triple of Blaze, Kerrigan, ETC versus the triple of Zool, Uther, Mal'Ganis. Pretty cool comps here. I'm interested to see how they clash. I Must Feed versus ProBUs, game number 2. Here we go. Majesty's saying you can bounce through the corners. Okay. Yeah, like, trying to picture point A, there's like sort of 6 spots, and if they've got the 45-degree corners, you could definitely get it done. These teams simply will not pick Hogger, despite me saying it'd be a free win. You just can't help some people. Hey, Doctor, I'm doing great. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Having fun with this here cast. So it looks like we're about to load in. One more. One mo. As I stare intently. There we go. Alrighty. On the left in the blue, it is Kingle on the Mal'Ganis, Listerfiend playing Tassadar, North Terror 9 on the Alarak, Sudden Bears playing Zool, and Begully on the Uther. It is I Must Feed. On the right in the red, we have Ektar on the Kerrigan, Hirobi's playing Sylvanas, Ace on the ETC, 8-Bit playing Blaze, and Lulu on the Anduin. We have ProBUs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 2 is underway. I Must Feed looking to force a game number 3. ProBUs looking to wrap up this series right here. Checking in on our talents, we have the normal Q quest coming on out for Tassadar. Uther going for that W quest to try to get out a little extra healing in that solo healer position. ETC going to be looking for globes for that Prog Rock quest on level 1. ProBUs did go Hogger on Sunday. This is true. I did get my Hogger game out of ProBUs. However, I want every game to be a Hogger game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Kingle chasing away the members of ProBUs. Oh, nice wall there. Gonna pop Ace out of there. Unfortunately, North Terror putting out the telekinesis, but unable to follow up with the silence. Ace is going to get away there. Kingle doing a good job of sort of warding away the members of ProBUs on these rotations. Kingle moving across the map is not going to catch Ace there. Ektar could be in some trouble here as Kingle trying to move up for a Fellclaw swipe. The teams have sort of broken off their rotations for the meantime to work on their turrets. This is where I think I Must Feed may have a little bit of an advantage. Blaze does get a little bit of double soaking done, but definitely not at the rate that Zool does, as we see Sudden Bears just moving on up there and dealing so much pain. Ace, oh, gets caught out there. Nice pullback from Alarak will secure first blood, going over to I Must Feed. Ektar may be caught out here. Kingle on the chase with those claws. Nice jump, but there's the stun coming on out from Uther. The pull and silence. There's the wall just in case. Second kill coming on out here for I Must Feed, and they're looking very strong in our early rotations. Checking in on the experience, we see those hero kills coming on through, though the minions have pretty much been fully caught by both teams. So good job catching the soak in the early going, despite these big fights that have been coming out here. Kingle just once again interrupting the rotations, throwing those sleeps onto Ace, throwing those stuns out. Making life difficult here for ProBUs. And we saw in the last game, ProBUs ended up pulling ahead due to the team fight power their team possesses. We'll see whether that continues to be the case as control point A is unlocking in about 20 seconds here. So I'll go ahead and readjust myself in my chair. Posture check and all that. Camps will be picked up by our 2 squads here. Looks like the camp clear coming out from ProBUs is a little bit faster, for what that's worth on this map. Now, neither team has level 7 yet, so you'll see the lane still attempt to be covered. 8-Bit's going to be down here. It's very important that you get level 7 earlier, or at least at the same time as the other team, or, yes, as your opponent here on Volskaya Foundry. Because without it, you're in real trouble trying to fight over this point. Zool actually in the top lane going to go ahead and swipe away this camp real quick. Has 8-Bit down in the bottom lane, trying to push this into the wall, forcing Listerfiend to the bottom lane. Sudden Bears could be in some trouble here. Ace trying to get the body blocks out. Zool's going to manage to get away. The rest of ProBUs just going up and clearing that top lane, knowing they've got a little bit more time before they have to get onto the point, but their time is a little bit short. Blaze is hit with the Night Rush. As the members of I Must Feed start to move back a little bit, sort of judge this engage. Kingle just staying on that point, trying to force the 99%. And here we are. Not able to stay on that for now. It looks like ProBUs will maintain control of the point. Zool getting some free push in the top lane here, as Tassadar getting the clear in the bottom lane, and now we'll see both teams going and picking up a second turret. Another tradition here on control point A. Again, that camp clear coming in handy for ProBUs, able to get back onto the point quicker than I Must Feed. Ektar gets hit with the Bone Prison, but able to walk away there. Nice chastise to stop Mal'Ganis in their tracks. ETC gets hit with the sleep. There's the double turret going out to try to control this point. Kingle moving on in. North Terra could be in some big trouble here, but manages to get away from the Kerrigan combo. Nice wall comes out from Listerfiend, trying to push back the members of ProBUs. And we're at a double overtime situation. Nice silence from the Alarak, but Ace with gigantic peels catches 3. Mal'Ganis, Alarak, Zool all immediately explode. Kerrigan is killed for the trouble. Listerfiend trying to get away here, does manage to do so. And ProBUs managing to split that damage and hang on. Uther actually taken away as the fadeaway kill. We're going to have a Protector moving through the top lane.
Blue team has taken control of a Protector.
So it was looking like a team fight that wasn't producing a whole lot. All of a sudden, giant bloodbath comes on out. Level 10s have been achieved by ProBUs. Hirobi trying to get away from Kingle here. Nice Fell Claws. Oh, but the Haunting Wave lasts for just long enough. North Terra can't quite get the pull. Nice job by I Must Feed, just moving right on past that Immortal and trying to pick up a kill. That is a very valid strategy these days on Volskaya Foundry. Protector actually not able to do a lot. Didn't really do any damage to the wall. Did manage to take out the well. With only 10 seconds left, it looks like it's just going to move into safety. Maybe clear a wave and get back behind the wall here. Taking a look at the heroic choices for our two teams. ProBUs coming in with the Light Bomb, Mosh Pit, Combustion, Mind Control, and the Summon Ultralisk. Ektar trying to get the engage, gets a stun onto Alarak actually. Nice Unstoppable. Mosh Pit with the Light Bomb is going to move right on through that black hole as Listerfiend trying to get away from Ace here. Manages to move out. Nice knockup by Kingle, saving Listerfiend on the retreat. 8-Bit not quite landing the jet propulsion, but Alarak is taken out in the top lane. Ace gets hit with the Bone Prison. 8-Bit just moving around the outside. Double jet propulsion coming out, followed by the Combustion. That is going to be it for Tassadar. Just slow after slow. Tassadar has got to go. We saw a lot of those heroics coming on out there from I Must Feed. It was the Poison Nova, Black Hole, the Carrion Swarm, Counter-Strike, and Divine Shield. Kaji Hood with the follow. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Hope you're enjoying the show. This is Wind Up Bird, seeing her favorite Kerrigan. Once again, we're going to have to see I Must Feed get a hold on these team fights. That's where they've been falling down so far in this series. They've been getting some good engages, getting some good picks. But when it's come to the 5v5s, they've struggled a little bit versus ProBUs here. So I'd like to see them make the adjustments and find their footing in these 5v5s. Mal'Ganis moving up to the top lane, just trying to get a little bit of extra damage. Get that prepared for point B. Nice stun coming on out from 8-Bit. This could be trouble for Kingle. Does have the Carrion Swarm available. Mind Control is going to come out and prevent the cast, though. Nice stun lock. That's going to be it for Mal'Ganis, preventing that Carrion Swarm from being cast. Very, very well done. I Must Feed looking for level 13 here, trying to get on that even talent tier. As we see ProBUs just moving around the map, keeping those lanes pressured. Making sure that I Must Feed is in constant maintenance mode as we get ready for control point B. Blaze pushing down that bottom lane, forcing a Zool rotation. The rest of ProBUs just going ahead and timing out this camp as per usual. fortification camps. The turrets in the bottom lane have already been taken. So the only thing left to do is grab that left side siege here. For I must feed. ProBUs just pushing down this top lane as control point B now activates. I must feed, thinking about a little pressure there, decides to break off and get up here for the defense. With this wave and this siege camp crashing, probably the right play. Rather than trying to make some cheeky mid-fort play, it ends up not getting a whole lot of value. I must feed. Reclaims their lane vision, starts to move forward. Kingle looking for the Fell Claws onto Ace. Both teams have all their heroics up. They're ready to fight here. One level ahead is ProBUs, so they've got that scaling additional. 8-bit moving around the outside, looking for a possible jet propulsion. Biding their time, just maintaining pressure on the point. Kingle is going to be pushed off here. Fellclaws into the back, but Ace goes right back through with a huge mosh pit. Combustion combo going to land onto Bagully. Nice Divine Shield onto Alarak will keep North Terror alive for now. ETC is actually going to fall here. Nice Poison Nova. Uther being taken out as well. North Terror is being kind of pushed out of the fight as 8-bit gets pulled back by Lulu. Isn't going to be enough. Fellclaws comes out. That is going to be enough to get the kill onto Blaze. And suddenly it's a 3-for-1 coming on out here for I Must Feed. And when I was saying I was hoping they would turn those team fights around, they did so in style. I Must Feed are all very low here, though. They've got to be careful. Sudden Bear's moving up to the mid lane to grab that well. Finally able to actually start the objective channel is I Must Feed. So that's going to give ProBUs an opportunity to group up and get back into this objective should they choose. Roby going to solo this right side turret camp. Listerfiend just trying to push through this wave, deny vision to the members of ProBUs if they think about moving back onto this point. Zool keeping up the double soak. This could be an opportunity for ProBUs to go in with Zool stuck in the bottom lane. Mal'Ganis is out of position as well. Ace finds the slide. Can the rest of the team catch up here? Solo Mosh is going to be enough to stop Listerfiend for the meantime. That's going to be Tassadar taken out as Kingle comes on in to try to even up the score. Double sleep onto ETC and Anduin allows for a free route onto 8-bit. Light Bomb finds the stun. Oh, double stun comes out from Kerrigan. Kingle in the backline trying to survive. There's Alarak getting Divine Shielded once again. But Ace with the slide through, and the stun combo is just too much to handle. Alarak is down, but Gully pulled in and executed. And now the Black Arrows of Sylvanas will secure ProBUs this top fort. Bonkai coming in with more ab twists. To get that for you after this game, buddy. Thanks for spending those bananas. Meanwhile, Zool just trying to do some double soak. Blaze standing on the point, making sure the next Protector goes over to ProBUs. Getting all sorts of value with this camp. Here comes Protector B. Top fort is down. We'll see whether members of ProBUs take a stop in this mid lane before heading straight down to the bottom lane.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
Drink water, streamer. Sounds like a good idea. Water has been drunk. Mid wall is going to go down. The Protector barely breaking stride before heading on down to the bottom lane. Summon Jin has been redeemed by Mrs. Windup Bird. We'll have to get the old boy after this game. Protector hanging out, just trying to use those abilities, take out this last cannon tower, and there it goes. Uther able to finish up that W quest, reaping the benefits of that level 1. Protector still has 30 seconds on it. It can absolutely push on through. Nice unstoppable, followed by the counterstrike from Alarak. There's the mosh pit going to be cut short, as Ace now has to try to get away. The heal camp is actually used here by ProBUs. Ektar executed there. Sudden Bear's coming around the outside too. Lulu's going to get hit with that Bone Prison. Can the rest of the team catch up to try to make some more kills? Poison Nova going to force 8-bit out of that Protector. Uh-oh, Mind Control putting Kingle in all sorts of trouble. pulled underneath that fort, and that's going to be it for Mal'Ganis. All of a sudden, it's ProBUs that are on the chase. Nice wall. That's going to be just a 1-for-1 there. Mal'Ganis for Kerrigan. Overall, a decent defense coming on out here from I Must Feed. They gave up a lot more with that first protector, and they managed to save their bottom fort for the meantime. Oh, a summon goose has been redeemed as well. It's going to be double cat time as ProBUs tries to move in, but the Tassadar says nay. It's going to be picked up. Silence is going to be good onto Ace. Roby pulled out of trouble. Uh-oh, Bagully dropped the turret. Bagully, you've been rooted. Oh, Bagully's so greedy. Manages to keep the turret and stay alive. Slide on through from Ace. It's another mosh pit. This Encore talent on 13 is ridiculous as Zul and Alarak go down here. Bagully managing to get away with less than 300 health again. Once again, ProBUs looking super strong in these team fights. But they've only got one structure down right now. Hector just trying to catch up this top lane. Rest of the crew thinking about where to go next. Thinking about an invade here. They're going to get here a step too late because I Must Feed finishes that camp up. Now we're going to see the heal camp focused on by ProBUs. Blaze actually getting possibly this bottom fort? No, the waves here. That's going to draw the fire from the minions, but not far from death is that fort, and that's going to pose a serious issue for the members of I Must Feed if that goes down while Protector C is active. Uh-oh. Looking for a rotation. I Must Feed, being careful there, coming around the outside. Doing a good job of keeping an eye on that vision. Mid fort going to be taken here by ProBUs. Uh-oh, the redeems are starting to come through. Gonna have ourselves a little bit of a workout sesh, a little bit of a cat exhibition at the end of this stream.
I'm getting another terminal ready for you.
I Must Feed catching up that top lane. They do manage to find level 20. So it'll be even storm talents for the next team fight. Ace coming on through. Kingle manages to get out of there. Uh-oh, Zul. Better be careful. Ace is on the chase. Alrighty. Team's going to be migrating down to the bottom lane, setting up for the next objective. ProBUs did manage to wipe up a few forts in the middle of the Protectors B and C here. They're going to grab yet another turret, set up for the next team fight. Kingle positioning aggressively here. Oh, moving across the map here. Taking all the turrets. I don't think I Must Feed sees this coming. They must know now. Is Kingle going to move across here? But this could be trouble. Hector looking for the pull. Doesn't quite find the stun, though. Kingle in the backline finds the sleep, but once again a little bit caught out from the rest of the team. Avoiding the slide here with the Carrion Swarm. There's a Poison Nova onto 2, forcing out the Healing Beacon. Look at all that damage. ETC taken out. Those picks are true from I Must Feed. Hector pops the Chrysalis to try to avoid some damage, but look at the swipes. That's going to be it for Kerrigan. I Must Feed. A little bit low on the health bars, but they get their 2 kills. Is that Infinite Tarask? I think it is. Gonna try to go and hide there. Kerrigan controlling it from the grave. It's gonna go down. It's gonna pop right back. Ulti never dies, only multiplies. I Must Feed. Gonna move back onto this point. They should have enough death timers here to pick that up. Sudden Bear's catching up the off lanes for a moment. Ulti in the mid. Gonna have to take a rest before coming on back and working on that wave clear. ETC and Kerrigan still have not yet respawned. There's ETC. Kerrigan will be up in just a moment. I don't think they're going to have the opportunity to jump onto this point. Bottom fort is down, so we'll have to see if I Must Feed goes straight for the keep or if they want to try to make some sort of fort play. I've got to think they've got to just go for the keep. Just, we're past level 20, you've got to open up that win condition. Protector C has been picked up by Zool and Alarak. Looks like they are going to work this bottom keep. ProBUs is here for the full defense. Ace moving around the outside, looking to possibly go past this Protector. Ace is thinking about it. Staying off the map. There they go. Spotted there. Bagully trying to move on back. Ace wants to find this Tassadar. Slides on through Mal'Ganis instead. There's the Mosh onto one. Kingle manages to get away. Nice black hole from Listerfiend to deny any further moshing. And this Protector is forced to teamfight, exactly what you don't want to be doing. Hirobi warps on through. Is that going to be enough? Protector looking for a slam. That's going to be it for Sylvanas. Ace is being pushed out by Bagully, looking for... Oh, doesn't quite have the Hammer of Justice. Ace is going to get away, but that's a kill here for I Must Feed. They burned a little bit of this Protector's health, but they do manage to get the kill, and it looks like they're going to get a keep out of it. Lulu going down as well. It's another kill for I Must Feed. Ace trying to get away, but Kingle is there with the multiple stuns. ETC is down. Keep's gonna go. Can I Must Feed take this core? They've got 3 members down. Sylvanas is down for 30 seconds. There isn't exactly a ton of siege on this team, and 8-Bit and Ektar can absolutely get an isolation kill if possible, unless Ektar finds themselves in all sorts of trouble. That's gonna be it for Kerrigan. I think this could be it. I Must Feed picking up their first map win here in the XGDI, and they're gonna force a Game 3 versus ProBUs. Very, very well done. GG. Alrighty. I Must Feed. Chaining those kills, picking up the win, coming back there on Volskaya Foundry. Very well done. Listerfiend on the Tassadar, almost reaching 60,000 hero damage there. Very well played. It was Hirobi on the Sylvanas with almost 58k there for ProBUs. Looking very strong throughout the majority of that game there was ProBUs, but I Must Feed. They get the favorable team fight post 20. They chain some extra kills, and they go ahead and take the core. Very nicely done. Able to capitalize on that push. Take a quick look there at the talent screen. Then I think we're going to try to get some workouts in before game number 3. Leo Rice 1, thank you very much for the follow. All right, let's go back and figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be doing here. We had ab twists from Bonkai. We had push-ups, squats. All right, we've got 20 squats, 10 ab twists, 10 push-ups. All right, let's do it. Alright, squats first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twists. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6, 7, 8, 10. 10 more squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And push-ups. All right. Got one cat. Jin. It's very nice. Loves cuddles. Purrs like crazy. Mrs. Wind-Up Bird wanted to see you. All right. Drink water too. Got it. Oh. All right, let's fix this. Come on. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. I know I owe you a goose. I gotta get into the lobby here. Winner was blue. Cursed Hollow. Chosen by these folks. All right. I'll get you. I'll see if I can get you a goose during the draft. As we go ahead and set up here, let's jump over to the map screen. As we get set up here for game number 3. Forehead Junction, Sky Temple, Garden of Terror, and Alterac Pass are banned away for this series. Battle of Eternity was won by ProBUs, but I Must Feed struck back on Volskaya Foundry. Now I Must Feed is taking us to Cursed Hollow for game number 3. How old is Jin? Jin is 8 years old. Will be 9 in the spring. I do owe you a goose. It looks like we've got a little bit of time before the lobby is up, so let's see if I can find a goose. I will come up with that. Yeah, I'm sorry. For requested very pop. Got a draft. This is Oops. This is almost 2. Very young, you're very energetic, and very destructive, aren't you? Very destructive. So. Alrighty. Once again, ProBUs is first to act. So we bring it on back to Heroes of the Storm. It's going to be a Malthael ban once again. Alright. We're back. We're set. Oh, cool milestone we just had. Leo Rice 1, you are my 500th follower. Welcome to the channel. Grats to me, I guess? I look over it, it says 500. That's very cool. I like it. Malthael, followed by Zeratul ban. 3rd game in a row. Going to be a Brightwing ban for I Must Feed. See if it will be indeed the Diva ban once again, or if they're willing to let that through. The kitten started sleeping behind the couch because you can't help but bug him when you see him sleeping. Oh, they have no trouble getting back to sleep, I'll tell you that much. Gonna be the Gazlo ban, this time coming on out from I Must Feed. So similar to game number 1, they are going to leave the Diva open. We'll see whether 8-Bit wants to snap that up right away. It's pretty effective there in game number 1, I will say. Though they definitely can't run the same style comp as they did on game number 1 here on Cursed Hollow. But Diva sort of fits into any comp at this point, so I wouldn't be surprised if that came down. Will be a focus onto ETC, though. This time picked up by 8-Bit instead of Ektar. I Must Feed have the opportunity now to take Diva, should they choose, or they can choose to focus on their strengths. Diablo once again going to be picked up by Kingle. It will be Falstad for North Terror. Falstad very strong here on Cursed Hollow for the purposes of boss control, and the bribe isn't too bad either if that's the build you like to go. The Lightning Rod. Drink Water Streamer has been redeemed. Oh, we got a little bit left. We have to get some more. Water achieved. Stukov and Maiev. Ooh, that's a dirty combo coming on out here from Lulu and Ace. Dirty, dirty. Next ban here from I Must Feed. That's a pretty nasty comp locked in. They're going to take away the Chromie. You can definitely add to the damage from range. Strong ban there. ProBUs thinking about what they want to get rid of that could mess up their combo. Anduin comes to mind. Medivh comes to mind. They're going to take away the Uther, as it was played pretty effectively by the Gully last time. Sudden Bear's happy to find that Diva on their side. Locks that in straight away. We're going to have a 4th pick coming on out here from I Must Feed. It will be Deckard, this time for Begully. So we've got some good global presence, some good objective delay coming on out here from I Must Feed. But we have an overwhelming team fight and a lost Vikings, with the Deathwing coming on out here for Hirobi as well. Ektar playing the Vikings.
The hunt is
Lister Fiend going to lock Lunara. I do like the Lunara here. Lunara damage into Deathwing is actually pretty decent. And also Lunara's a decent little Viking killer with the right setup. Well, that's a very scary combination coming on out from ProBUs. I Must Feed is going to have to play very carefully around this combination. Well, game number 3 is coming at you. Who's going to take it? I'm not sure. Alrighty. Loading on in here. Oof. That's a pretty monster draft coming on out from ProBUs. They've drafted almost full team fight except for the Vikings. So if I Must Feed can do something about the Vikings and deny that macro advantage, they may put ProBUs on the back foot here, because they've got pretty much one plan and a contingency that is Vikings. We'll have to see whether it comes on through for them. Alrighty, game number 3, the deciding match. On the left in the blue, Lister Fiend on the Lunara, Kingle playing Diablo, North Terror 9 on the Falstad, Sudden Bears playing Diva, and Begully is on the Deckard. It is I Must Feed. On the right in the red, Ektar is playing the Vikings, Lulu on the Stukov, Hirobi playing Deathwing, 8-Bit on the ETC, and Ace on the Maiev. It is ProBUs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 3 is underway on Cursed Hollow. Diva taking the top vision there with Falstad. Wisp actually going to move on down. Come around through the top. I don't think they see it coming. Bottom lane pressure. Just waiting. Mid-wave is started. Biding their time. Finally going in there. 8-Bit thinking about moving in. They have shown. Ace going to try to clear the wave with this Shade. That's going to force the members of I Must Feed to move on down. Ektar just trying to get some dismounts. That's going to be it for Eric, but this wall is already taking damage. As Ace getting the pull onto 2. Nice slide onto Listerfiend. Oh, having to walk away from the Molten Breath. But Lunara will survive for now. Going to hop on over those potions. And now we're going to have to see Diva doing a little bit of double soaking. That's going to be a tough affair. North Terror staying down here in the bottom lane as Kingle gets isolated there by Ace. North Terror may be in trouble too. Diablo going down first here. This is a very difficult double soak map to begin with, and even more so if you're Diva. Ace finds the pull. What a pull onto Falstad. That is going to be it for the Birdie Man. Sudden Bears doing their best to try to just come down and collect as much experience as possible. But it's going to be a very difficult affair. I would expect to see Falstad head to an alternate lane here soon. As Ace trying to get away. Looks like Falstad going to come back down to the bottom lane. I'm not sure about this from I Must Feed. They're already behind 600 minion experience. Due to this situation, the Vikings just freezing out these waves, letting the experience fall on the ground as Diva desperately tries to move around and pick it up. But Diva is going to miss some. Just can't move fast enough here. So, in that case, I Must Feed is going to have to get a lot done. And they're going to have to get a lot done very quickly with their siege. But 4-on-4, there's really not a big chance of that happening here. Eric going down once again in the bottom lane. Hirobi just throwing out the disruption, trying to get that wave cleared up. Now with a half-level advantage here is ProBUs. Catching full soak with the Vikings. Diva just trying to double soak best they can. Ace getting stunned out there, but still on the chain is Kingle. Diablo trying to get away. Falstad accidentally hitting that mount button, cancels it. That's only going to be a 10-second cooldown. Oh, and Balog going to sneak themselves an objective here. Diva not able to get here on time, so ProBUs just pulling ahead in all ways here. Deathwing going to drop on down. Look at Kingle just caught on tower range. That's going to be it for Diablo. Nice stun from Hirobi. Trying to get the last hit onto North Terror. That's Falstad getting away. Maiev gets the pull onto Lunara. Listerfiend able to jump away. Diva once again just trying to get this soak as best as possible. Members of I Must Feed now down almost a full level here, 7-6. Bottom fort is being taken out by the members of ProBUs as we have another tribute spawning here in the mid lane. They do have their level 7s though, so they could potentially team fight if they needed to. Ace with a nice vault. Manages to get through that stun train. Ektar trying to get the hit. North Terror moving across. And next to Lightning Rod, that's going to be enough for now. Kingle gets the pull onto 8-Bit, but sliding on through with the power slide. Ace does manage to pull Diablo. North Terror putting some damage onto ETC there, forcing 8-Bit to back up. But the longer this goes, the more of an XP advantage that ProBUs can pick up. Ektar on that Eric the Swift trying to move away here is... Oh, North Terror! One more auto from 8-Bit could be it. Oh, Kingle pushing ETC into auto attack range there. Listerfiend is going to get taken down. That's a double kill here for ProBUs. And that's going to be Eric picking up yet another tribute for the members of ProBUs. 8-Bit, oh, finding a slide onto Begully. There's the body block, and Deckard start walking away with those potions. think Deckard's going to be just fine here. ProBUs looking at level 10 here. They've got the hero kills. Look at that minion XP advantage. Almost 2,000 ahead at this point. I'm not sure ProBUs can be stopped at this point. There's going to have to be a serious shift in the strategy of I Must Feed if they want to get themselves back into this game. Top right boss is going to be worked on here by ProBUs. They pick up their level 10s. Taking a look here, it is going to be the play again for the Vikings. Flailing Swipe, Warden's Cage, Mosh Pit, and Bellowing Roar. Pretty savage combination coming on out there from ProBUs. Looks like Eric will survive for the meantime. Getting some counter push here as I Must Feed in the bottom lane, trying to make up that level disadvantage. D.Va able to get away here as North Terror trying to soak that mid. Kingle going in after Eric the Swift has to try to get out of range here. I Must Feed does have their level 10s, but they're about to give up Curse Point. They're focusing on this bottom fort, and that's going to be Curse heading over to ProBUs. Is Lulu going to go ahead and tap that for free and start the Curse? Eric goes down. Kingle going to have to get out of range here as this fort will not cease until he gets out of there. Ooh, they managed to take it down fast enough. Ace coming on up, making Kingle think about backing a little bit more. Boss is going to push this top lane without any cannon fire, so that's going to force the members of I Must Feed to come on up here and get this clear. Ace getting this bottom fort. Hirobi finds the stun there onto Listerfiend. North Terror has to use the Gust to disengage.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Bottom fort going to be going down here. Still 25 seconds on this Curse. We're going to see ProBUs move back and complete the triple fort play. As Ace coming on up to help as well. And ProBUs looking kind of unstoppable at this point. What can I Must Feed do here? They're going to come around the outside, looking for an Apocalypse combo. Doesn't quite land it onto 8-Bit. Warden's Cage from Ace is going to push Kingle back. Gets the triple pull. Hirobi trying to get on the right side of things. Oh, 8-Bit not catching anybody with that Mosh Pit. Stay a while, not catching anybody either as the chase continues. Meanwhile, though, the Vikings splitting and pushing those waves directly into keep walls. Securing level 13 here for ProBUs. Ember's going to move on back and start up their siege camp. Vikings are going to be pushed back a little bit as Ektar still pushing this bottom lane. Kingle moving around the outside, going to check the boss. Boss is safe for now. I do mean for now. The Wisp is going to spot the members of ProBUs moving across the map. Looks like they're going to settle for the Bruiser Camp steal as Eric goes down in the bottom lane. I Must Feed have been doing a good job of collapsing onto Vikings one at a time, but that's really, you know, that's not really getting ahead when it comes to the Vikings. If you have to move as 3 or 4 to get a kill on one, that's the Vikings getting value. But I think that's really what we're seeing here. Sorry, I had to do a cough there. I Must Feed continuing to position around this boss, trying to keep these lanes pushed out. ProBUs can really, like, they can hang out in these bushes all day long because Vikings are split across 3 lanes right now. Bruiser Camp will require some help, so members of ProBUs can come on up and help clear that for poor Olaf. Members of I Must Feed just rotating onto Eric once again. Eric trying to get away from Falstad, moves into Cannon Fire, and that's going to be it. Deathwing going to move on down and just make sure that the boss isn't in play. But we have a full reset on these curses. 0-0 are the points once again. Tribute spawning in about 12 seconds here. Falstad going to fly in. Kingle just keeping an eye on that bush. There's the combo. Unfortunately, it's onto Olaf. There's... Oh, in the backline, though, Ace is taking some damage. Getting a double pull in. Manages to warp away as D.Va coming on down for this fight. Looks like members have to reset. North Terror 9. Thinking about moving in. Kingle gets slid on by 8-Bit. Oh, nice job by Falstad to get away. There's the Gust. Going to push the members of ProBUs together into the Stay a While. ETC still sleeping. Oh, Warden's Cage coming out from Ace is going to catch 3. Olaf going to be the first to fall here, but that's going to be it for Lunara, caught in that Molten Breath. North Terror trying to get that Lightning Rod attached to Lulu. Couldn't quite get one more hit, and Stukov is going to start walking away. North Terror is taken out by Ace. That's 2 kills for ProBUs, and they're going to start moving on to this point. They may be thinking about the boss. Oh, Kengel was trying to get a cheap kill onto Ace, but this could be it for Diablo. Nice route from Bagully. Ektar on the back line is harassing Deckard. Kingle having to walk on out of there. Nice reposition. Oh, it's the Viking body block. What a disaster. Kingle's going to go down. Great job by Ektar finding the body block there with the 2 little Vikings. Deckard's death is secured as well, and ProBUs is going for the boss steal. Wisp will scout out the members of ProBUs. But without Deckard, moving in here could be difficult. Falstad going to come around here. Even the Gust isn't going to be enough because Deathwing will not be pushed off this point. North Terror, oh no, manages to roll away. 8-Bit looking for a possible slide. Not going to find it. 8-Bit actually taking some extra damage here. Going to need help from Lulu. Boss is stolen here by ProBUs. There's Baylog picking up another curse point for ProBUs. Ace looking for the dismount onto Kengel. Warps forward, gets the pull. Diablo once again being hyper body blocked, actually pulled out of there by Ace. Diablo trying to reposition here, just walking away. North Terror with the Gust. Oh, I think that's going to be it for Diablo. A little bit of an unfortunate play there from Ace. I think they had the complete body block locked in, but the Umbral Bind yanking Diablo out of that corner. ProBUs will be completing their double boss play as they move on up to the top lane. They do have 2 curse points yet again as they work on this top boss. Right now, the members of I Must Feed have cleared away this bottom boss, but they're down 2 levels, soon to be 3 levels, down a talent tier. Though I don't know if they have much choice other than to try to contest this. Diablo down in the bottom lane, working on the site. I think they're going to try to get a backdoor keep out of this. Boss has been taken, Curse has been taken, Bruiser Camp's been taken. The members of I Must Feed, they have been shown here in the bottom lane. They're doing a siege camp steal. They're going to have to back up for the defense as Top Keep is going to be in serious trouble here. Listerfiend and North Terror picking up a kill onto the Vikings there. But with these structures turned off and a full health boss, I think this keep is 100% going down here. 19-16 here for ProBUs. Boss is going to move on up, take a couple whacks at this well. North Terror actually getting stunned there. There's the Diva Bomb into the backline just to try to clear away these minions at least. Maiev thinking about going in, but thinks better of it. Actually gets the pull onto Diva. Stunned, rooted, and the boss is doing huge work versus Mech Diva. Nice Apocalypse combo actually coming out from Kingle. Warden's Cage is going to keep Diablo locked in there, though the rest of the members of I Must Feed are stuck in the back. North Terror gets away there, but Hirobi is not done. Cataclysm ticks are going to be enough for Falstad, and ProBUs may be thinking about core here. They've now completed a triple keep play. This boss is at half health. We've got a Bruiser Camp in the mid. The core shielding is gone. 2 members down on the side of I Must Feed, and ProBUs with a decisive game number 3, bring out the Deathwing Vikings and secure the series victory. GG. Quick look at the end screen there. Just not a whole lot that I Must Feed could really do in that situation. Not expecting the Vikings Deathwing at the end there. And just with so much of their comp already locked in, there wasn't a whole lot that they could do. It was Hirobi on the Deathwing, 44,500 hero damage there for ProBUs. Listerfiend on the Lunara, 33k. Take a quick look at the talent screen. Then we'll see if we can find ourselves an interview with our winners. All right, Ektar, thank you very much for joining me. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much for having us.
Very well played there. We saw a very decisive game one victory there. Looking back at that, hold on a second. Looking back at that Battlefield of Eternity, do you feel like there was a first? Let's talk about the bans. We saw Malthael and Zeratul banned in every single game. There is that a particular player you're targeting with those bans, or are those just heroes that tend to mess up your game plan?
So I forget exactly who was playing what. I know Kingle was one of those two bans, and I think it might have been North Terror was the Zeratul ban. But
Okay.
when we were doing the literally last minute, what's everyone been playing in Storm League this week? The Storm League this week. 8-Bit said, yeah, pretty much everyone seems like they're playing one or two heroes, so let's just ban a couple of them. It's about as deep as that analysis goes.
Okay, so just a couple of player picks there, try to throw them off their game. Makes sense for sure.
And it served a secondary function of going really well with the Vikings pick in game 3.
Mm-hmm. Not having that Zeratul executor definitely opened up that strategy. We can go talk about that game number 3. We saw the what was looking like a pretty normal comp there. The ETC Maiev Stukov, pretty, strong team fight engage, and then we saw the Deathwing Vikings come on through. Tell me a little bit about that Deathwing spot. Do you feel like that is crucial to that comp in that 5th position, or do you feel like there are other heroes that can perform a similar function within that comp?
So I think it works well. I like having another decently frontline hero, which Mage build Deathwing is still pretty tanky and pretty scary up in the front with that non-parallel stun that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell I play a lot of Deathwing. But mostly the Deathwing was Hirobi really, really, really wanted to play Deathwing, and it worked well enough in the comp, and she played it, pretty dang well. And yeah, we're not doing as much with. We want to pick comps that we think will win, give us the highest win chance. We're playing comps that are a little off the wall, comps that are literally just 5 people saying, I like this hero, so can I play them? Sure. Which is kind of how we got to that game 2 draft a little bit. They let me play Kerrigan, which I've only done on my Smurf, which hasn't even gotten the level 50 necessary to get to Storm League, so it's definitely not main account ready, but gosh, I have fun with it.
Kerrigan is a fun one for sure. You commit, you go all the way in. We saw game number 2, there was actually a lot of good back and forth there on Volskaya Foundry. We saw I Must Feed doing a really good job with the rotational picks, the ganks that were coming on through there. Then your side ended up taking a lot of the 5v5s. Were there any sort of rotation or adjustments in the mid-late game that you were doing to try to reduce those ganks that we saw in the early game?
So Kingle was playing a very scary Mal'Ganis, so we just kind of said, all right, well, we have to rotate safely because Kingle is there, and he will put someone to sleep, and we will come out worse for this engagement. So a lot of it was just, we have the slower wave clear, so we just kind of had to take the slower path all the time, which gave them a lot of positional advantages on the map. And yeah, we won some team fights, but I think they were no slouch in the team fight department in that game too. Just no one on their team was dying, but then they had an Uther for the D shield, and they had Alarak who just goes invulnerable for like a second and a half. And even Tassadar is not the easiest hero to take out because he's got that black hole. So I think they ended up drafting really well for against the kind of comp that we had.
Yeah, it was definitely it was a lot closer in that draft. I really did like that black hole pick to try to disengage the Kerrigan and the ETC moving up. That was pretty cool to see because I don't get to see an awful lot of black hole these days. It's mostly just Archon to go for Twilight Archon at 20.
It's become a lot more popular since the repeated nerfs to Archon and Plasma Shield especially.
Okay.
And it seems like you tend to see the level 4 correlate with the level 10 a lot on Tassadar. If you go Plasma Shield, you're probably going Archon because you get that constant shield the whole time because you have the Resonance Beam fully charged the whole time you're an Archon.
Mhm.
And if you see the slowing force wall, they probably end up going the black hole. And if they go movement speed on Q, they're throwing.
Hey, it's got the Q icon. That's the one I picked. Oh yeah, Tassadar. Tassidar's been an interesting one. It's used to be auto first pick, has sort of moved into, I would say, a balanced position. Don't get to see him in every single game, but when he does come out, that force wall is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
I hard agree. Like, he's definitely in that range of, he's not necessarily first pick material all the time, but if you just slide him into a team comp, you're never really unhappy. Kind of like a Greymane or a Jim Raynor in that regard, for different reasons, but that's the general feeling I get from them.
Sure, and just like the we need a mage category, like there's the
Yeah.
kill pressure, there's the wave clear, there's, it's sort of the package you want from a mage in any particular comp. So definitely agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
So picking up
Lister
the
Fiend put in a lot of work in that game too.
very, very strong in that game for sure. So we saw 2 victories this week. You got the victory on Sunday and the victory today. It's a bit of a lighter schedule for XGDI before Christmas. I think do you have 2 games left, 1 game left before Christmas week?
I have no idea, honestly.
I think
Lulu does
yeah.
Lulu does the scheduling. I haven't seen a scheduling ping besides the one for this match recently, so I don't know what our coming schedule looks like.
Okay. Well, it'll definitely be interesting to see the other matchups coming on through for you, because I haven't got to see too many of the teams left, but there are definitely some strong contenders out there. Be looking forward to see how you do in those matches.
To be frank, I don't pay nearly as close attention to XGDI regarding the other teams as I do during NGS. That's definitely the more competitive of the two.
Mhm.
But in the brief amount of looking that I've done, I definitely think that the Regen team, and I'm sorry for not knowing which Regen team exactly it is, but I think that they look pretty scary this season.
Yeah, I did Regen Ghost Plus for the first game there, and I believe, if I recall correctly, it was full memery for game number 1, and then they got serious and looked pretty good for 2 and 3. So I'll be looking forward to Regen versus ProBUs for sure. I'm not sure which half it's in, but we all play each other at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Hector, thank you very much for coming on by. Thanks for talking to me today. Any shout outs you want to make before we close things down here?
So shout out to the rest of the members of Puns Upon a Time, and thank you for letting me do my first post-game interview. I really appreciate it. At least this side of the interview, that is. Shout out to DWhit for always putting on XGDI. It's easily my favorite off-season event. It's like XGDI, Free Agent Combine, everything else. Shout out to you for casting our match. Shout out to I Must Feed. They've been a really solid team and very consistent over the last couple of seasons. So I think I actually div modded for them the previous season. So hearts to you guys. And shout out to Velk's mom, because she's a wonderful lady.
She is a wonderful lady. All righty. Congratulations on the victory. Thanks for coming on by, and good luck going forward.
Thank you. See you around.
See ya.